Pretty sure I did all mine. Yep, I did all mine. So, the way this works is the Singularity Mage is my main ability. This is the skill that's going to kill everything. Singularity Mage, what it is, Singularity is the rune, Skeletal Mage is the ability. And what it uses, it consumes all of your essence, and for every essence that you have, it gives you 3% of damage, or gives that ability 3% additional damage, right? So you basically want to have like a huge pool of essence, you know. That way, when you summon a Singularity Mage, it's just super powerful, right? And then so we're gonna work around that ability. That's what we do. Basically, we go Simulacrum, Reservoir. Yeah, sure, Paula. I'm bouncing around here. Simulacrum Reservoir. What that does is it doubles your maximum essence for 15 seconds, right? So for 15 seconds, your mages are doing, or the mages you summon are doing double the damage of what they would normally do. And there's an amulet that you can use to double that time, but we don't use that this season. But oh well. Basically, that's what we're doing. You're trying to work that Singularity Mage, make it more powerful. Scythe of the Cycle right here, our main weapon. Secondary skills deal, you know, it says up to 400% additional damage. When Bone Armor is active. So, and Skeletal Mage is a secondary skill, so it's gonna buff this ability. Offhand doesn't matter, we're just worried about the stats here. Now, once we summon our Singularity Mage, how are we going to get our essence back so we can summon another one? We got Reaper's Wraps, which every time we pick up a health globe, it restores our primary resource. Oh, no problem, Paula. I appreciate the help. I appreciate you dropping bounties for me. It means a lot. I really need them. Crispin Sentence. So back to how we get essence back. Rakeem Seraplate, right? So every time we devour a corpse, it's going to give us more essence and life back. So, and then we have really strong ring here, which will, it says you deal, it's up to 100% increased damage when the enemy is slowed, and then triple the bonus if the enemy is affected by a control impairing. So what we're using is freeze in this build. We have Land of the Dead. It freezes all the enemies around you for 10 seconds. So, we want to try to keep this up as much as we can too, so we're going to go a lot of cooldown. When we have Land of the Dead up, we're able to consume corpses from, like, thin air. You can just consume as many corpses as you want, so you're going to constantly have essence back, constantly get life back. You'll be spamming Devour while Land of the Dead's up. Well, the whole time, actually. Bone Armor, like I said, you want to do that because Scythe of the Cycle, right? And then Blood Rush, that's just so we can get around a little easier. So the let's see, everything we have kind of plays into this. Skeletal Mage gains the effect of gift to death, which means when it dies, it drops a corpse. So more corpses to devour, right? Tasker and Theo increase attack speed of your pets by 40 up to 50%. So we're just, you know, increasing the amount of attacks per second that our skeletal mages do. Stuart's Greaves, every time we use Blood Rush, increases our movement speed, so we're just trying to get some more mobility there. Witching Hour gives you the crit damage, so we're trying to get damage there. Hexy Pants, so we can move fast. When we move, it's going to increase our damage. And it'll increase our resource generation, which really doesn't help with this build. But what we're going for is the damage increase by 25%. So, the Orc's Crown. We put a cooldown gem in there, so it's going to give us more cooldown. It'll double the effect of that cooldown gem. And then Scorch Necklace, we'll double our damage. So yeah. All right, have a good night, Paula. Thanks again for the bounties. Hope your headache gets better, you know, soon. That's how the build works. Circle of Deluge, which you could use this or the Convention of Elements, but this one is going to allow you to raise another Skeleton Mage and allow your Skeleton Mages to last 4 seconds. Additional 4 seconds longer. So that's how the build works. Hopefully it was informative enough. A speedrun variant. This is... Okay, so let me go over the cube real quick too. Belina Shadow Hook in the cube. For every maximum point of essence that you have will give you 0.5%. So every 2 maximum points of essence you have is going to increase your damage by 1%. This works for any ability. And this is what we're using because it's just, we're going for maximum essence, so this is just playing into that. Trigul's Corroded Fang, whenever something is cursed, then you're going to deal 200% more increased damage. This is for groups only, because you're not really going to be cursing things on your own. And then this one right here, Messersmith's Reaver, which is going to reduce the remaining cooldown of your skills by 1 second. Whenever you slay an enemy. So you're like constantly slaying enemies, so you're constantly reducing your cooldown of your abilities. This is basically a speed variant, but it's a group variant. The solo variant is a lot less durable. There's a little more durable, I should say, but it doesn't really do. I mean, solo with this build is pretty tough. Put it that way. To cannibalize. Armor dislocation. That's so you, when your Land of the Dead is down, you can actually stun enemies and do triple damage to them with the crispin sentence. Everything else looks fine. Yep, even this. Actually, this is crazy. I didn't even set this up right, like from the beginning, and it's. Oh, you know what? I did go Overwhelming Essence. I don't have to go Overwhelming Essence. Plus power, life from death. I don't have life from death on this. That's what I'm doing wrong. Yes. But seeing as how I did so well without life from death. Ooh, you know what? This might actually work. Yeah, my essence looks fine, dude. Look at this. Does it not, guys? Look at that, dude. Starting to really love this build. I was immortal for that second. I don't know why I did that. Look at that fucking speed, dude. I'm talking about, man. Yeah, so that works. That's gonna be on my D3 planner. This is very similar to my gold farm build back in season 18. It's just the whole difference is I'm using Tragul's Corroded Fang as a source of damage. Since my Aura of Frailty is so fucking huge, man. I could probably drop the Relina Shadow Hook. I got Relina Shadow Hooking right now, and I'm gonna probably drop it and see how well I do. Because I'm one-shotting everything right now. Pretty sure. I mean, it depends on your Paragon and all that. If you have high Paragon, at some point you just won't need Relina Shadow Hook for T16 at all. And so my Paragon's still somewhat low. You know, 1090. but it's still at a point where I've needed Relina Shadowhook for a little bit, you know. This is gold farm galore, bro.